This page was created to teach Black history. Unfortunately, the American educational system was designed to exclude our real historical account, so we are here to dismantle it. It's time to enlighten those of us who have been kept in the dark. I am a Black man who didn't know enough about my own history, so I began to dig deeper and do my own research. Black history is American history, so I want people of all races and cultures to join together to learn our history as one. Here, I will share all of my findings. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe to Teaching Black History. The story of Granville T. Woods. Granville was born to Martha J. Brown and Cyrus Woods. He had one brother. His mother was part Native American and his father was African American. Granville attended school in Columbus, Ohio until age 10, but had to leave due to his family's poverty, which meant he needed to work. He served an apprenticeship in a machine shop and learned the trades of machinist and blacksmith. Some sources of his day asserted that he also received 2 years of college-level training in electrical and mechanical engineering, but little is known about where he might have studied. In 1872, Woods obtained a job as a fireman on the Danville and Southern Railroad in Missouri. He eventually became an engineer, and in December 1874 moved to Springfield, Illinois, and worked at a rolling mill. He studied mechanical and electrical engineering in college from 1876 to 1878. In 1878, he took a job aboard the steamer Ironsides and within 2 years became chief engineer. When he returned to Ohio, he became an engineer with the Dayton and Southwestern Railroad in southwestern Ohio. In 1880, he moved to Cincinnati, Ohio, and established his business as an electrical engineer and inventor. After receiving the multiplex telegraph patent, he reorganized the Cincinnati company as the Woods Electric Company. In 1892, he moved his research operations to New York City, where he joined his brother, who also had several inventions. Woods was married to Ada Woods, who was granted a divorce from him in 1891 due to adultery. Granville T. Woods was often described as an articulate and well-spoken man, as mischievous and stylish in his choice of clothing, and as a man who preferred to dress in black. At times, he would refer to himself as an immigrant from Australia, in the belief that he would be given more respect if people thought he was from a foreign country, as opposed to being an African American. In his day, the black newspapers frequently expressed their pride in his achievements, saying he was the greatest of Negro inventors, and sometimes even calling him Professor, although there is no evidence he ever received a college degree. Woods invented and patented tunnel construction for the electric railroad system and was referred to by some as the Black Edison. Over the course of his lifetime, he obtained more than 50 patents for inventions, including an automatic brake, an egg incubator, and for improvements to other technologies such as the safety circuit, telegraph, telephone, and phonograph. In 1884, Woods received his first patent for a steam boiler furnace, and in 1885, Woods patented an apparatus which was a combination of a telephone and a telegraph. The device would allow a telegraph station to send voice and telegraph messages through Morse code over a single wire. He sold the rights to this device to the American Bell Telephone Company. In 1887, he patented the synchronous multiplex railroad telegraph, which allowed communications between train stations from moving trains by creating a magnetic field, ground, coil, wired under the train. The invention was so successful that Woods began the Woods Electric Company in Cincinnati, Ohio, to market and sell his patents. Thomas Edison later filed a claim to the ownership of this patent, stating that he had first created a similar telegraph and that he was entitled to the patent for the device, and Woods often had difficulties enjoying his success as other inventors made claims to his devices. Woods was twice successful in defending himself, proving that there were no other devices upon which he could have depended or relied on to make his device. After Thomas Edison's second defeat, he decided to offer Grenville a position with the Edison Company, but he declined. In 1888, Woods manufactured a system of overhead electric conducting lines for railroads, modeled after a famed inventor who had by then installed his electric railroad system in 13 U.S. cities. Woods' patent built upon previous third rail systems which were used for light rails and increased the power for use on underground trains. His system relied on wire brushes to make connections with metallic terminal heads without exposing wires by installing electrical contractor rails. Once the train car had passed over, the wires were no longer live, reducing the risk of injury. In 1896, Woods created a system for controlling electrical lights in theaters, known as the safety dimmer, which was economical, safe, and efficient, saving 40% of electricity use. Woods also sometimes credited with the invention of the air brake for trains in 1904. However, George Westinghouse patented the air brake almost 40 years prior, making Woods' contribution an improvement to the invention. Woods died of a cerebral hemorrhage at Harlem Hospital in New York on January 30th, 1910.